You're refusing to give her information.
No, what happened is...
I'm only going to ask you one more time, and then
Go
I'm
ahead.
just going to have to cuff you up, man. I don't want to do that.
Can you get your supervisor out here, please? Can you get your supervisor, please? Because I was on the sidewalk.
What is your proof that you're even legal to pull?
Shut up. Why don't you shut up? I'm not talking to you.
Part of the secure building, and I had nothing on me.
Protect the judges and everybody else.
Am I in the courtroom?
No, I said if there's a courtroom in there. Now, if you want to go upstairs and take videos in the courtroom.
Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is really interesting and has an important message. We're talking about something that might make you think differently about your rights when dealing with the police. Picture this, you're filming on a public street, minding your own business, when suddenly a police officer appears claiming you're on private property. And when you mentioned it was your First Amendment right, the officer was in shock because that tyrant doesn't know what the heck is First Amendment. That's exactly what happened to a guy in a recent video. So get ready and let's find out how this situation unfolded and what we can learn from it. I have put the links to these awesome channels featured in the video description. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts with us.
For what? Because I told you to.
You haven't have a reason, sir. You didn't pull me over. But you didn't pull me over.
Get the license out, or I'll hit for a backup, and I'll take you out of the car. Get your driver's license.
Call your supervisor, sir.
Get your driver's license out right now.
Call your supervisor.
Please call your supervisor, because
you're
not pulling me over neither.
You get your driver's license out right now. Show me ID.
Call your supervisor.
What do you need my ID for, sir?
Well, because you want to run your mouth to me.
No, because you was looking at my license plate. For what?
Exactly.
For what?
You don't have the right to run this.
I got my rights to do anything I want to do. I'm a police officer.
You can't run
that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
I'll pull you over and I'll tow your car.
You can't tow my car.
You're
not pulling me over. You're not pulling me over.
Get your driver's license.
What is your badge number, sir?
Right there it is.
What's your name?
Can you read it to me?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Read your badge number and your name.
Get your driver's license.
Read your badge. I'm asking you. You can't lock me up. You can't lock me up.
Control Tom 3315.
We're asking you to call a supervisor, sir.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we're not getting a supervisor.
We're not getting a supervisor? Refusing to identify himself.
Get your driver's license out.
A civil servant.
Off duty.
Off duty, pulling people over at Nordstrom parking lot.
Ain't nobody pulled you over. You stopped.
Well, if you ain't pull us over, you don't need to see no license.
You jumped out and stopped me.
No, I said, show me your driver's license.
You jumped out and stopped me.
I said, show me your ID.
You jumped out and stopped me, sir.
Argue with me.
It's not an argument.
Okay, we just had. It's just one question. What was the reason for you jumping out on us?
Suspicious behavior.
What? Like what?
Exactly.
What was the suspicious behavior?
Exactly.
Buying a bunch of shoes at Nordstrom.
You guys are coming back around to look at me.
No, you jumped out the car.
You
jumped out the car first. You jumped out the car first. That's why we came back.
Get your driver's license out. It's the last time I'm going to tell you.
Because you ain't got to do nothing. He can't even pull you over out there. He can't pull you over.
Get your driver's license.
Let's go, cuz.
We're gonna wait for backup, sir.
Yeah, we wait.
Authority over you, or
you don't have no authority over me.
Not me.
We want
your supervisor.
Authority over me.
Your
supervisor?
I don't have a supervisor out.
Oh, you're a self-contracted civil servant. Is that what you're saying?
I don't answer questions to you. We'll wait.
You don't even answer what your name is, officer?
Nope.
You can't even tell us that?
Nope.
Are you really an officer of the law?
Yep.
We don't have any proof that you are.
Well, that's
because you have a shirt that says
driver's license out.
What is your proof that you're even legal to pull?
Shut up.
What is
Why
your
don't
proof?
you shut up? I'm not talking to you.
What is your proof? I'm being calm. You don't have to yell and spit in the car.
Yeah, I do.
Now you're spitting bodily fluids on us.
Yeah. There you go. You better get your driver's license out.
That's all right, officer. We're compliant. You have to suspect him of doing something. Suspicious behavior.
These guys were inside there. They got a bunch of stuff, and then they ran their mouth to me as they were leaving to try to make sure I didn't get their license plate. And then he didn't want to show me ID.
Officer Shrillman.
So loss prevention said that they stole items.
No, they didn't steal items.
We bought a bunch of items.
They bought a bunch of stuff, but when they were sitting right here, I was trying to get their license plate. He hollers out the window, "You're not getting my plate," and he takes off. So I went to get him. Then he comes back and he stops here. So I asked him for driver's license.
It's all on video. That's not what happened.
Okay. What infraction did he commit?
Nothing at all, officer.
It's suspicious behavior. I'm wanting an ID.
Okay. What was suspicious about it?
Because he was calling me out in my car.
What did I call you, sir? I didn't call you anything.
You
I
wouldn't
asked
know
you.
what
I
I
asked you
was
what was you
doing.
trying to get my license plate for? That's what I asked you.
Okay. Well,
And then I came back to really see what was going on
That's why we stopped in front of the store.
with my hazards on. And he jumped out. We have it on record. He jumped out and told me to stop.
And started asking us for ID and all this and that. And
And
then
he said we was looking suspicious. How? We was in the same store he was in. We was shopping.
he just
I'm
seen
a
us
loyal
shop.
customer here. I shop here all the time. The thing is, he asked for my license for what reason?
That's all we asked him, officer. That's all we asked him. What infraction or what crime do you suspect us of committing? And then we asked him for a supervisor. He said, you're not getting a supervisor.
hang tight for me for just 1 second.
Yes, sir.
As far as I know, based upon what happened, I don't think either of us have any reasonable suspicion to believe
Right.
that there's a crime taking place.
Right.
It says there's no reason for a traffic stop at this point.
Right.
So there's no legal requirement for you to identify yourself to an officer at that
Right,
point. So
right.
if you don't want to give him ID, then you don't have to give him ID at that point.
And we tried to be calm and talk to him like that, and he just, I don't have to tell you anything. Leaning in the car, spitting all in the car. He's just, I don't know if he's having a bad day. His wife left him. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know,
Your
man.
guess is as good as mine.
But hey, man, I appreciate
as far
you,
as
boss.
I'm concerned, you guys are good to go. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
take care, all right?
Appreciate it.
All right, here's the update you've been waiting for. So, Slim Fish shared that the security guard involved in this whole situation was fired on the very same day. Honestly, that's no surprise. The guard decided to stop a couple of guys outside array he was hired to secure. That's not something a security guard is even allowed to do. Plus, this guy looked like he might have been an off-duty deputy sheriff, so maybe he thought he had more power than he really did. The situation really went south when the guard tried to detain the guys and demanded ID from the driver. That's crossing a line big time. As a security guard, his job is to monitor and secure the premises, not play cop outside the building. Firing him was the right call because what he did wasn't just unprofessional. It violated their civil rights. It could have easily turned into a physical altercation, but luckily Slim Fish and his cousin kept their cool and didn't escalate things. The security company made it clear by firing him that they won't tolerate this kind of behavior. No harassment or discrimination, period. For a little context, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 protects people from being discriminated against based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. In this case, the guard stopped Slim Fish just because he didn't like what Slim said, which is definite discrimination based on free speech. Slim didn't go into detail about whether they filed a lawsuit, but I'm betting there's a nice payout involved. Anyway, that's the latest on this situation. If I get any updates, I'll share them with you. So subscribe and you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, I'll be out back where the cars are parked. Exit here, haha.
Sir.
Yes. What's up with
At
you?
this point, I am detaining you.
For what reason?
About you going outside of the parking lot to take pictures.
No, I was talking to you. I said if they're still coming out to talk to me, tell them I'll be out in the parking
Okay, I
lot where
want
the
some
cars are parked.
identification. Okay, how do you drive a motor vehicle without your license?
Because my license are in my car.
Okay, so your license is in your car now?
Yes.
So if we get out there, you can produce your identification. Oh, I didn't say you committed a crime.
So if I haven't committed a crime, why am I detained?
Because you don't have to commit a crime for me to stop somebody and ask for identification, confer with an attorney or whatever, because I have the right to detain somebody for suspicious activity, and that's what you're doing.
Did you read
reason to believe?
And then revised 2018, you can't use suspicion as a reason to detain a public photographer if I haven't committed a crime.
You're a public photographer, and I ask you who you are.
As,
And
which
then
is,
you wouldn't explain why you're taking videos and pictures.
I don't have to have a
Okay.
reason to do public photography. Is this a sergeant here? Or
No,
do you understand public photography?
I do.
Can you explain to him that he has no reason to detain me here if I've committed a crime?
Do you want to identify yourself?
I-
You're in a public building
I
taking
don't.
photos,
I'm in a public, exactly. I don't have to.
which you need the pictures for.
For what reason? I haven't committed a crime. Are y'all gonna question this man? He's done nothing wrong.
I know this man.
We will.
So are you saying I committed a crime?
I'm not saying that
So then why are we talking?
because I'm trying to determine what your purpose is.
I've told y'all
But we're responsible. That's why there's security.
and I went
That's
through
why I'm
security
here.
and I checked
That's
through
why
security.
These gentlemen are here.
I've went through security and I've checked
But I
through
detain
security.
people that have come through there doing at this point. This day and age, okay, with the violence that's being committed, and you're taking pictures and videos of everybody.
That's every
and you're
officer's
gonna go out to
crime. I've done nothing wrong. I've committed no crime.
But
How is
usually
it?
the people that do that, I didn't say you committed a crime.
So now you're categorizing me with people. But you just said usually the people. I've done nothing wrong, so you can't categorize
No, I
me.
said people in general that come through. That's why we have a metal detector, and that's why I have security in this building.
How can I address you? I'm sorry.
Or you can dress me any way you want.
Officer Hill.
That's your right.
Okay, Officer Hill. You keep bringing up this security gate. I've passed, I'm completely clean. Why do you keep bringing up this security gate?
What I'm saying is, this is a secure building.
And I went through the
judges and everybody else.
Am I in the courtroom?
No, I said if there's a courtroom in there. Now, if you want to go upstairs and take videos of the courtroom and what's going on.
I understand that. Like, I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't just be out here pointing this camera around if I didn't know what I was doing. I'm in a public lobby. This is a public, you keep bringing up, I have no weapons, no nothing.
No, I said the reason we have this.
And I understand that. This is a First Amendment protected activity that I'm doing, and is that what you're saying?
Well, because you were confrontational over here at the elevator.
I'm not confrontational. You asked me a question, I answered them.
I answered them.
You did activity in a public building.
So you drove here in a car, correct?
I did.
So your driver's license is in the car?
Why? Is your driver's license in your car? Your license? If you have no legal reason for my ID right now, then I like to see yours as well.
My ID is in my uniform. I'm telling you, an officer with the Addis Constitution to let you know that's who we are.
Okay, but you know what?
That's why I have a nameplate on it. You call me Sergeant. Now you know my last name. You are and what you're doing in the building.
But my ID isn't going to tell you what I'm doing right now. My ID is going to tell you my name. That's not going to tell you what I'm doing. So you're talking in a circle.
You need to follow the circle.
I am in the circle. This is a lawful activity, and you're stopping me for following the law right now.
Your activity, okay, is suspicious.
Tell my attorney stay tuned in, please.
I'm sorry.
I was talking to my attorney. I'm sorry. I'm live streaming, so he's tuned in.
Streaming?
So you're stopping me.
So you're doing this as a test?
No, I'm not. But this is no.
Test.
To let me go because I'm doing a First Amendment protected activity.
Free to go.
Thank you, sir.
This guy is hands down one of the chillest auditors I've seen. He knows his stuff when it comes to the law and never even raises his voice with the police. It's a perfect example of how you can stand your ground on your rights while still showing respect to law enforcement. Plus, just to throw in a fun fact, the Department of Homeland Security, right, he's put out memos in 2010 and in 2018 that made it clear filming in public isn't suspicious behavior and definitely isn't a reason for an arrest.
If this goes longer than 10 minutes, I'm gonna have to cut it, and I'll start a second video here. Of distance in my personal space, please. Because if you come too close and you touch me, that's an assault. So I would like a little distance, please.
He's telling me
No, I said if you come too close to me and unwanted touch, I'm sorry, an unconsensual touch, that's an assault. Because if I touch you and you didn't want me to, that's an assault.
For the camera, when you do something wrong, when you violate North Carolina law, I will place you under arrest.
What am I doing wrong?
I said when you do.
So you're trying to entrap me into breaking the law.
I'm responsible for the property and the security of this building.
Okay. So you know this is my property, right? Like I pay taxes on this.
Yeah, so do I.
For being professional. Thank you. And thank you, sir. This I don't understand your reason of employment right now. I don't understand it at all, honestly. Yeah, so they're gonna follow me. Well, he is anyway, because he's a puppy. He says he's gonna wait until I break the law. That's what he's gonna do.
No, I said if you do.
He's gonna wait until I break the law so he can arrest me. The law?
Yeah, if
tell
you
me
violate
things.
North Carolina law, I'll place you under arrest.
Really? Well, tell me some things that I could do here that could break the law. Tell me some things here. I'm just out here taking pictures and videos because I'm a news journalist and I put together content for a story. As I tried to explain to him in here, but he kept talking over me.
Well,
but I don't have to use that terminology to do what the First Amendment tells me I can do. I don't have to put fancy words together
to explain what you're doing.
I don't have to explain anything, officer. I don't. That's the law. No. The Constitution tells me and you. No, obviously you need to. That's why I'm not in handcuffs because I ain't done nothing wrong. So
what else is it that we can do to assist you?
Because you've been nothing. I would just like for this officer here because I feel threatened right now.
What else can we do?
I would like for you to call this officer off me, please, because he has no reason to follow me around.
So you have the right
and
to
it's funny to you, right?
But I don't. It is actually it is
because you're following me. Before I came into this building, you were inside.
You have the right to be in a public place, but I don't.
If you wanted to be out here, you would have been out here before I came out here.
I'm walking around the building, just like you are.
We are at our place of employment.
And I understand that, sir, but following me now. He's following me. If you saw me following your wife, would you think that was okay because I'm allowed to be in public? Is that all right? Also, now it's personal feelings now. But see, if I was following your wife or your daughter or your wife, your daughter, you look into that.
So you're coming up with hypothetical.
Public, I can be here. Well, if your wife's in public and I follow her, that's nothing wrong, right? Is that wrong?
You didn't understand my explanation.
You're following me. Before I showed up, you were content with sitting inside. This is public. I came out here, you followed me. This is harassment.
I'm walking the same place you are. I have the right to control this area, and that's what I'm doing.
You're following me.
I'm following you?
Yes, you're following me. Car?
Probably.
Okay, well, that's nice. Well, put your walking shoes on because you got a good walk. Well, let's take a walk, sir. See you there. And he's going to not get any information that he was looking for. I'm about to cut the live stream. I'll probably Uber out of here just so he can lose his fight here. And I cut the live stream and I'll be back on with y'all.
All right, let's talk about what's really happening in these intense moments when people refuse to hand over their ID to the police. These encounters can get awkward fast, but they're super important because they show the clash between personal rights and authority. And more than anything, they highlight why knowing your rights is so important. What's going on here? It's pretty simple. The U.S. Constitution has our back in situations like these. First, there's the Fourth Amendment, which protects us from unreasonable searches and seizures. What does that mean in everyday terms? Unless the police have a real, legitimate reason to suspect you're involved in criminal activity, they can't just demand your ID. Just standing around or filming in public isn't enough of a reason. Then we got the First Amendment, which covers freedom of speech and the press. Filming or taking photos in public spaces, totally legal, as long as you're not in some restricted area or doing something illegal. The issue here is that sometimes police officers either don't fully understand these rights or they choose to ignore them. When they try to stop someone from filming or ask for ID without any real reason, it's a bit of an overstep. And that's when things can get tense. But here's the key takeaway: knowing your rights can completely change the way these encounters go down. If you stand firm and say, nope, you can't just take my ID without a valid reason, or yes, I have the right to film in public, you're not just protecting yourself, you're also holding law enforcement accountable, and that's a win for everyone.
How's it going? What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Bremer.
Bremer. And what's your name and badge number?
Long story short, it sounds like whatever you were doing at the bank, they don't want you to be over there.
I was on the public sidewalk recording.
Okay, well, they said whatever you were doing, they just don't want you over there anymore.
I was on the public sidewalk. They can't tell me not to be on the public sidewalk.
Man,
I know. I'm just. You want to go over there?
No, really.
We can go over there.
And
I didn't. I told them they came outside. Let me calm down. They came outside. The guy Aaron. He said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm an independent journalist. I'm just gathering content on the story." I was walking all the way up down Truman, and I walked down there to record the train. And then the lady came out. She said, "Hey, you can't record the bank." I said, "Ma'am, I'm on public property." So
yeah, but you could see why that would kind of make them uncomfortable, right? I mean, it's a bank.
You can't even see nothing.
I know, but they don't know that.
Yeah, you can. If you stand outside and you look at the bank, you can't see anything. The windows is tinted. It's a reflect.
Do you have an ID on you?
Do I need an ID?
Yes.
For what? What crime have I committed?
They identified you. You just identified yourself as being over there.
On the sidewalk.
I'm investigating.
Okay. What crime?
This is.
What crime?
Possible trespass.
I was on the sidewalk. I was. How you going to trespass me and I'm on the sidewalk?
Because they're saying you were on the property.
I got camera footage. Now, if they lying to you and I show you that they're lying, are you going to do something to them?
That's between you and them.
Oh, no, that's somebody over there is lying. I'm on the public sidewalk. I came all the way up Truman. I walked down there to get the footage of the train. On my way back, I just looked at the bank and they came running outside. So, yeah, came back over here, walked there, about to go to work.
Okay, so I need your ID.
No, sir.
I do though.
No, you do not. For what crime?
I just told you they put a call on you.
I wasn't. I was on the.
And
I wish I was still on that sidewalk when you pulled up. I wish I was on the sidewalk. I was right here, sir. No, I'm not. No, I'm not obligated. No, I'm not obligated to give you my ID.
Why? I just told you.
Because I haven't committed no crime. No crime was committed, sir.
Brother, is your tags aren't coming back on file. Okay. For the Kansas registration, do you have the registration paperwork for it? You can hold your phone up and zoom.
No, it's okay. No, I'm trying to
give
you
a legitimate question. Do you have the registration for the vehicle?
Hey, you guys. So this is when, and I had my selfie stick out when I was recording. I was on the public side.
Now you're redirecting against my question of.
I don't have to answer your question.
I asked you if you have the registration information for your vehicle that you drove here on the Missouri roadway that is unregistered as of right now. Now, it doesn't go back through our system. We ran it through out of Kansas.
Go ahead.
Now we need to verify to make sure. So that's why I'm asking you if you have the paperwork.
You didn't see me drive the car.
How else did you get here?
It don't matter.
How else did you
It don't matter, sir.
It does.
It does. And if you see that came from a dealership.
Okay, so you're not wanting to give a
No, listen. If I committed a crime, I will give you my ID. That's what reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. I was standing on that sidewalk, sir. Why would you try to infringe on my rights?
So let me get this straight. So
why would you try to infringe on my rights, Mr. Bremer?
You're gonna stand outside of a bank.
No, I walked.
I heard you.
Okay.
So you're gonna stand outside of a bank.
Okay.
Midday, videotaping the bank, and you don't think that's gonna make the employees extremely uncomfortable?
See, where they get uncomfortable.
You're in the inner city.
Listen,
Do you stay in Kansas?
their uncomfortability don't stop my right.
Of KCMO, okay, so that makes most businesses extremely uncomfortable.
And what's up with your buddy, man?
So now that you've identified yourself now as the one being
standing on the sidewalk,
videotaping them and making them feel uncomfortable.
No, I came to
issue the verbal warning.
No, listen.
Which is what we're trying to do, so we can send you about your way. You're refusing to give your information.
No. What happened is.
I'm only going to ask you one more time, and then
Go
I'm
ahead.
just going to have to cuff you up, man. And I don't want to do that.
Can you get your supervisor right here, please? Can you get your supervisor, please? Because I was on the sidewalk. You know what I would have liked to happen when you guys pulled up and they called you guys? Hey, where was he standing at? Was he on you guys' property? You should have. What I would have liked is, sir, when you pulled up and they told you what happened, hey, he was on the sidewalk. He has every right to record on the sidewalk. I wasn't even coming to the bank. I was coming to get the train.
There's officers that monitor the city cameras that saw you verbatim on their property.
That's a lie.
It's in the comments.
Okay, do you want me to stop this video and show you?
No, I would like to get your information so I could issue the verbal warning and send you about your way.
I wasn't on their property. That's how trespass works. Trespass, if you're on the property, they tell you to leave. That's how it go. They give you a chance to leave, and then you're trespassed.
And they don't know that you have a selfie stick. Why would citizens that are probably unarmed come and approach you?
You say that one more time?
Why? Okay, so first off, you're videotaping, you're standing outside, you're being extremely suspicious. They can't tell that that's a selfie stick. Why would citizens...
They can't tell. It was like this.
Are you going to ask me a question and then not let me...
I was like, Aaron came outside and talked to me. We had a good dialogue.
That's not what the lady on the phone said to put in the call about you.
I can show you the video. Y'all want to see the video?
No, I'd like to get your information so I can send you away.
For reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime.
I gave you all the reasons.
You did not, sir. I'm just wait. Let's just wait for the supervisor. Let's just see what the supervisor say when he get here. This is wild.
Okay. Well, I don't like your movement, so I'm gonna.
What I'm doing?
You keep backing away from.
No, I'm not doing anything.
Suspicious.
Why are y'all taking my cat? Y'all gonna stop my video? I'm not going anywhere.
I'll set it down right here.
But you keep backing up towards the road, and I don't like that.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
And the fact that you're refusing to give us any sort of information, we're just gonna sit you on the curb, brother.
Keep reaching into your pocket.
Ain't nothing in my pocket.
I don't like all the jets.
Can I get my? Can I hold that, please?
No.
Okay. Over here at the corner.
Okay, I'll just put it on my head. Yeah.
They said we can get a poncho without it.
Come on, why would you?
What do you say about that?
Can I really stick? Please stand.
I'd like you to see it. I don't like the way you're moving.
What am I? I'm in cuffs. I'm not. Ain't nothing in my pocket. My portable charger. Pat me down. Come on, pat me down. I have nothing on me. I have my portable charger.
Are you giving me consent to search your person?
No, sir, man.
Okay, then have a seat.
Can I stand?
No, you cannot. Have a seat.
Come on.
Cross your ankles, partner.
This is.
For our policy, when we sit you down, you need to kick your legs out and cross them.
Oh my God.
So are you going to refuse another lawful order?
I'm not refusing. First of all, you got me detained.
Yes,
for what crime? I'm on a public sidewalk. This is illegal detainment.
This is
an illegal detainment.
And I literally just said that I would like to let you go.
This is illegal, sir. This is illegal.
You keep cutting me off. But the way that you're acting, as of right now, we've given you multiple commands and you're not abiding by those.
I don't have to follow your commands if I haven't committed a crime, sir.
You don't have to follow.
Not if I haven't committed no crime. It's not lawful if I haven't committed a crime. It's not lawful if I haven't committed a crime. Mr. Bremer actually did a real good job, but you know, they came, they asked me for my ID. I said, what crime have I committed? Because if I haven't committed a crime, I'm not obligated to show an ID. So that's what I told the guy. And Mr. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He seemed like he got offended when I said that. I said, listen here, I'm just exercising my rights today.
Okay.
The First Amendment to record in public. That's all I've been doing, sir. You just seem like you just kind of took it personal. That's why I just said, hey, instead of going back and forth, let's get a captain or you guys supervise.
Hold on 1 second. He could have already sent you home, man.
You think you're the captain for the coach?
Well, he's about to tell him the same thing he told you.
Okay.
We can't verbally trespass somebody we don't know.
You can't trespass.
I get what you're saying.
Plain
but you
view
weren't-
doctrine.
You weren't just there.
Plain view doctrine. Look at this. They taking cuffs off me.
Yeah, I told you you were detained.
Illegal.
Now you've just been.
He illegally cuffed me. Sure.
When cops cuff someone and make them sit on the curb just for filming on a public sidewalk, it's a major overstep. Not only does it violate that person's First Amendment rights, but it also shows that some officers don't really get the laws they're supposed to protect. Instead of staying professional, they let their egos take over, which is pretty dangerous for everyone involved. Filming in public is totally legal, as long as you're not causing any trouble. The First Amendment has your back on this one. So when the cops jump in and detain someone without a real reason, they're overstepping big time. And let's be real, that kind of behavior just makes people lose trust in the police. Sure, in this case, a supervisor came in and sorted things out, but it really highlights a bigger problem. A lot of officers don't seem to be trained well enough on how to handle situations like this. If they don't fully understand the rights they're meant to protect, they become more of a problem than a solution. These unnecessary actions only make things worse and could easily escalate a situation that didn't need to go there in the first place. Police need way better training on how to respect people's rights. If they don't, it's not just a bad look, it's a threat to public trust and safety. It's time to make sure officers know the law inside and out and that they keep their egos in check when they're out in the field.
Filming them testing.
Oh, for real?
You can't film them testing, sir.
Who says that? You saying that to me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
They're taking tests.
That's fine. Let them take it. $228.
They want you to answer something.
This is the testing area, and this lady is telling me to not record the testing area.
Station number 6.
Station.
Lieutenant Sheriff's Office. Is there a reason why you're recording?
Oh, absolutely.
No. What's that?
Yeah, because I'm working on a story on the DMV, and this is a public building.
So they deal with people's private documents. You can't record here.
What's your name and badge?
Lieutenant Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
2250.
This is a public building. You know that, right? Yeah, I
I
have a right to record
rights
here.
to privacy because people have private documents.
There's no rights to privacy in public.
I understand.
No, I have a right to do this.
You can't record inside here.
Well, you're a police officer, right? Then how are you coming at me like this? This is impossible. This is crazy. Yeah, you are. You're telling me, you're telling me I can't do something I have a right to do.
You do not, though.
Yes, I do have a right to do that.
If you're out on the street, you're out
No,
in the
this is a
parking lot.
public building, and you know I have a First Amendment right to record our public officials while they're working in the course of their duties. Smith versus Cummings, there's case law on that.
You're misunderstanding.
Yeah, no, I'm not misunderstanding. I do this for a living, and you should know.
Let's go outside and have my supervisor come by.
No, I'm not going outside. I'm going to finish working on my story.
You cannot.
Yes, I can.
You cannot.
Yeah.
Sir,
Call your supervisor.
I'm telling you right now, let's go outside and have my supervisor
Call your
come by.
supervisor,
I'll
man.
explain
I got nothing else.
People have private documents here.
This is a public building. There's no expectation of privacy in public.
Sir,
That's it.
sir, it's not. Sir, you have to stop
Call your
recording
supervisor. Because you're making a wrong mistake
this. You
here.
have to stop recording.
I'm not going to stop recording. I have a right to
So
record
you're
here.
gonna trespass.
How? From a public building?
Yes, sir.
You can't do that unless I commit a crime.
There's an expectation of privacy in here.
Not in public.
People have documents.
Listen.
Such as your social security card, driver's license, and other.
Listen.
Okay.
This is a public building. Keep repeating this to you. You're not
misinterpreting
understanding
the
me. I don't want to speak to you no more. I want to disengage.
Okay,
I
well,
want to speak to your
You're gonna
supervisor.
have to leave.
I'm not leaving.
I'm gonna have a supervisor come, but you're gonna have to leave.
All right, that's fine. I'm not leaving. This is a public building, number one. I keep repeating this to you.
I know,
You're making a
you're
bad
mistaken.
mistake. You're making a bad move. This is a public building This is by the tax dollars of our tax dollars.
I understand.
I have a right to record in here.
There's an expectation of privacy in here.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
Not in public.
Because
You are
you cannot
misinformed.
record, people have Social Security
You want to
cards,
infringe on my rights today?
they have driver's
You want to
license,
infringe on my
they
rights
have
today?
other-
Do you want to violate my rights today? Is that what you're trying to
So
do?
you're violating other people.
This, how are you speaking like this? I can't believe you're an officer.
I'm speaking normally.
Listen, I'm going to record in here. You want to make a bad move? You want to go that route? We can do it.
Okay. Let's go outside. We'll have
I'm not going outside. You're giving me a lawful order? If you're giving me a lawful order and you got a law to back it up, I'll go outside. This is a government building. I have a right to do this.
We can have the finished conversation outside.
No, I'm not gonna go outside because you're telling me to go
I
outside.
don't want you here.
Oh, so now you're a feelings enforcer? Just because they feel like I gotta go outside? What about the law and the oath you swore an oath to?
Sure.
Exactly. I don't care what they want.
315 please.
I don't care what they want. You know, I've been here before,
Yeah.
and I have a right to do this. I'm not gonna listen to you no more. This is why I record the government.
Yeah,
You got no respect towards the First Amendment, and you don't even seem to care.
Let's go.
You don't even seem to care.
I care. Come on. Let's
No, you don't,
Let's go
because you just threatened my freedom over for something that I have a right to do.
Let's go outside.
Okay, how am I going to be? Listen, you can't trespass me from a public building and turn this into a crime. You can't do that. This is a right. It's protected by the First Amendment. Do you not understand what I'm trying to tell you?
I understand what you're saying.
No, you don't
We'll
understand.
discuss it outside.
No, you don't understand.
Okay, come on.
So if I don't leave right now, what's going to happen?
You're gonna be arrested for trespass.
Okay, come on, let's go outside. You're a big ass tyrant. That's what you are. And I'm filing a complaint on you right now. I'm going to the sheriff's office. You want me to? Yeah, I am gonna do it. I'm gonna hold you accountable for this. All right, I'm here. I'm outside. I'm outside the DMV.
I appreciate that.
All right. Under threat of arrest. That's the only, and you don't have a law to back that up. You have no law to back that up that I just left under threat of arrest.
I sure do.
And you don't seem to give a damn, bro.
I don't.
And you don't seem to give a damn, bro.
I don't.
And you don't seem to give a damn, bro.
I don't. No.
You don't give a damn about your job and the oath that you swore an oath to?
So what I'm explaining to you.
You don't give a about that, huh?
Inside the DMV.
That's a government building. There's no privacy out in public. Yes, I can. I can record in there. Wait till your supervisor come in. Let's see if he's educated enough to educate you on what you're doing here is a big mistake.
Let's go to the parking lot.
I'm not going in the parking lot. I already came outside. I'm not in the DMV. Okay, so I'm not listening to your directives no more. I came outside like you told me to, right? Under threat of arrest, right?
A few minutes later.
How you doing? This gentleman came in recording. He positioned himself behind the desk where people had private documents, social security cards and such. I'm explaining to him that he cannot record in there.
Oh, you the supervisor?
I'm not, no.
You're the well, I need a supervisor, man.
I understand.
Because I have a right to record in there. Okay, I came to conduct business, and you immediately under threat of arrest.
People have a right to privacy.
They're not in public. They got it. The onus is on them. I don't got nothing else to tell you, man. You're wrong, man.
We're not going to walk over there, though.
What do you mean? I'm walking here in the public area. Then.
Okay.
Relax.
You just stay in the public area.
I am. I am.
You can't go into the DMV.
I'm already left under threat of arrest. I'm not going back in there. I'm filing a complaint on you.
Go file a complaint on it. I appreciate it.
Of course, I came to conduct business here. I came to file public records requests. Yes, I did. How do you know that?
You can get in line, but you can't record.
Of course I can record. Where did you get your knowledge from, man? This is a right. This is a government building. Dude, this is a government building. See, you're the type I can't speak to you, man. I can't speak to you, man. I'm not leaving, dude. I'm not leaving, dude. I'm working on a story here on the government building here. All right? I don't need to tell you that. Maybe if you would be more cooperative with me, we would have had a cordial conversation. I came to conduct business here, bro. Very respectful. And you threaten my freedom, man.
Understood.
I'm not leaving, dude. I'm waiting for your supervisor. I'm waiting for your supervisor. All right? I'm not.
Or be arrested for trespass.
So I gotta leave here too? Nah.
If you hang out here, I don't care.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not going back in. Do you see me trying to go back in there? I'm waiting for your supervisor,
I don't care
man.
if you hang out here, but you can't go back.
I'm not going back in there. I get it. I get it.
You sure?
I'm waiting for your supervisor.
Okay.
I got no choice. My freedom is on risk. You just threatened my freedom
Sure did.
with no law to back it up.
Understood.
Is your supervisor coming? Because that's what I'm waiting for. All right. I'll wait for your supervisor. So anyways, this is the bathroom and this is the first floor. And this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I've been here before.
So this is a government building. He's going like behind the counter. So he can put his camera wherever he's got to put his camera, and if it's technically...
It's a public area where I was at. I just walked in.
As long as he maintains that he's in a public area, publicly accessible area, it is the people that's inside of there to protect their own documents.
Exactly.
So he can walk up to Windows and record and do whatever he
What's your
wants.
name and badge number, man?
My name's Officer Warner for my...
You need to take notes from this guy, dude, because you're making a huge mistake, man.
Listen, there's no reason for that.
You know, he is, though. He just threatened my freedom.
Listen to me really carefully.
I have a right
I
to
was
be in
explaining
there.
to you. You do have a right. I'm not saying you have to be in there. But I was explaining to you, which I was just confirming with these guys.
Okay.
The way you positioned yourself behind that desk.
To not recorded testing area.
Station number 6.
Station. That's not a law. I didn't position myself in any other way. Yes, it's a public area, sir. It's a public area.
In the waiting area.
And I was trying to get her attention so I can file public records.
Get online.
This is what I didn't know about. And I went to take video in public area too. I don't need to get in line to take video. No, I
You
don't.
positioned yourself behind that desk.
Okay, so what law is that? That I can't position myself a certain way? How did I position myself? The onus is on them to create the privacy, sir.
When you're in the general area.
I am in the general area.
But you cannot go behind that desk.
Yo, listen to this guy, man.
I am listening to him. This is exactly
Okay, so can I go file public records request?
You have to get online.
Okay, so what if I don't want to file public records? I want to take my video here in public area. I can do that.
You can do that.
Okay, then.
Just wait online.
Not to take video.
No, you can hang out here.
Okay, can I go take my video inside? Like I came here for...
As long as you're in the waiting area.
Anywhere that there's public access? Listen. Okay, look, anything that I can see in public, I can record it. You can't trespass the eyes, dude.
Sure.
Okay? If they got private information, they gotta create the privacy. It's not on me.
Stay in the public area.
Appreciate that, man. All right, so anyways, this is where I was at. This is where I was standing at.
As I mentioned earlier, there are times when auditors, cop watchers, and those who cover them become frustrated with repeating the same issues. One of these recurring problems is the lack of proper education and training for law enforcement officers about individual rights. Police academies need to give thorough training to officers, making sure they understand and respect the rights they promise to protect. Sadly, it seems this part of education hasn't been given enough attention. The problem is not just in the education system, but also in the mindset some officers develop over time. The US versus you mindset creates an unhealthy power dynamic and stops trust from growing between law enforcement and the public they work for. This mindset can lead to ignoring individual rights, making the issues faced by communities worse. Before talking more about the incident, it's important to understand the concepts of government property and public property. Government-owned properties are lands or assets owned by federal, state, or local government. This can include government agencies or government-supported organizations like libraries or parks. Some government-owned properties may or may not let the public in freely. Some government-owned properties are considered public goods like parks, libraries, roads, and sidewalks. These areas are open to the public and serve as important community spaces. Now, let's talk about public easements, which are a specific type of property ownership. An easement is the right to use someone else's land for your benefit. Usually, one property benefits from the easement, while another property is burdened by it. Easements can be public or private, positive or negative. A public easement is a legally established right that lets the public access a specific area of someone's land for a specific purpose. When there's an easement on a piece of land, the owner must allow others to use it for the stated purpose. In the case of a public easement, the landowner must let the public access a designated area for the reasons in the easement. To be clearer, government-owned property is usually considered public property unless it's specifically marked as an area with restricted access. Public easements are a way the public can access certain areas, even if they are on government-owned property. It's important to know and talk about this difference when dealing with issues about law enforcement's understanding of the law.